Most times when we start our lock journey, we start to look up photos, and many times those photos consist of people with locks and they have these really bright colors, and then you get all of these ideas in your head and you want red, you want blonde, you want orange, you want pink locks. I've been there. As you can see, my hair is dyed, and I can confidently say right now that I do not plan on ever dyeing my hair again. This video isn't going to be me telling you whether you should or should not dye your locks. That's not for me to say. I'm just going to present information and you can see whether the pros outweigh the cons or the cons outweigh the pros. For me, the cons of dyeing my hair extremely outweigh the pros. And before I get started talking, I just want to say I am not a professional loctician. I am just a girl who has dyed her hair and has seen the consequences of doing such. All of this is going to be based on my current knowledge at the moment. All right, so although dye can look very beautiful on our locks and our hair, dye is still a chemical at the end of the day, and a chemical is going to alter whatever it touches. Whether it changes your hair a little bit or a lot, it's still going to change your hair in some way because it is a chemical. So I know like there's that crowd of people who are like, oh, I can dye my hair and dye didn't do anything to my hair. It may not have done anything drastic to a person's hair, but it is still a chemical. I just want to reiterate that. It is still a chemical, so it changes your hair in some way, shape, or fashion. So I've dabbled a little bit in plant-based eating. I was plant-based and then I was pescatarian. I haven't eaten meat in a long time. I've just been very cautious about what I put in my body. Now I'm becoming a little bit more cautious about what goes on my body. And I know that some people may not see hair as an extension of your body, but it is coming out of your scalp. So it is an extension of your body, and you do have to be cautious about what you're putting on it. So even if dye doesn't seem like a big deal because it didn't alter your hair texture tremendously, the smell that dye has is unnatural. That's why it stinks and it burns your eyes. It is a chemical. It is not natural, which means it isn't healthy for your hair. Like, no matter if it changes your hair a little bit, it is still not healthy at the end of the day. And since I am shifting into more of a plant-based style of eating and like just being very cautious about certain things, I had to really look at what dye was doing to my hair. Yes, it looks pretty. I really love this ombre color, but what else is it doing other than providing the looks? And I'm sure that there are people who are gonna watch this video and be like, oh, like dye is healthy. We may just have different views on what health is. I know that most people are not plant-based. Well, most people that I talk to are not plant-based. Most people that I talk to are not super cautious about what they put in their bodies, or we have different outlooks on what healthy is. And I say this because I'm a personal trainer and a yoga instructor, so I have to talk about health to people every single day. We just have different outlooks. For example, some people may drink apple juice from the store and be like, oh, it's healthy because it's fruit juice, whereas like I think that it's just tons of sugar, and I would rather buy my own apples and put them through a juicer or a blender and make my own juice. Do you see what I'm saying? Like, we may just have different outlooks on what healthy is. To me, personally, dye is not healthy. I started dyeing my hair in 2020 when we were all stuck in the house and needed something to do. That was my first time ever dyeing my hair. So I dyed my hair once in 2020. I dyed my hair twice in 2020. And then I started my locks in 2021 and I dyed my hair a third time, but that was when I had starter locks. So in total, I've dyed my hair 3 times, and each time I see a drastic decline in the health of my hair. I know that maybe some people might be like, oh, you didn't do it right. No, I did it perfectly fine. I have a lot of knowledge about my own hair. I've been doing my own hair since forever. I moisturized my hair. It was still a drastic change, especially when I had loose natural hair. That's when I saw it the most. Like with locks, I see it, but with loose natural hair, the change was crazy. Like, I used to have this huge moisturized afro and it was still huge, but like it just felt so brittle, even if it was wet, even if it was moisturized. I don't really have that much of a problem when it comes to my locks. Like, if I touch my locks, it really does feel moisturized, but when I touch the top, I can just notice a difference. And I've talked about this on my channel before. My hair is not in terrible condition to where I'm like, oh my God, I should have never dyed my hair. But I do see a drastic change. And I have always talked about wanting very like thick, juicy locks from root to end. So I want my ends to be healthy. I want the middle of my lock to be just as healthy as it is at the top of my hair. That's why I don't plan on dyeing my hair. I just want my lock to be able to grow just like I know you can't feel it, but just like the top, like it's just so like soft and just like elastic. And I definitely don't speak for everybody when I say this, because I know some girls who dye their hair and they have a beautiful turnout and they say like nothing is wrong and they're gonna keep doing it. But I also talk to people like, for instance, my cousin, we have the same exact color locks, and she was like, I'm never doing this again. Like, I'm never dyeing my hair again. And she's a person who goes to a loctician, she moisturizes, all of that, and she's still like, I want my lock to be how it is at my root. The ends, when you dye your hair, is just not it. And I love seeing girls who have never dyed their locks before. I love just looking at their ends because it just be so thick and luscious, just like the top of their scalp. But I don't plan on cutting my locks or anything right now. I'm just gonna let this color just make its way down. But I do know people who have trimmed their locks. I don't know if I'm gonna have to do that in the future, so who knows if this color will be at the end of my locks forever. But right now I'm keeping it. I really do love this color. That's why I hate that I don't want to dye my hair anymore, because I took a photo yesterday at the BET Awards and the color was so beautiful, but I'm just like, damn, it's either color or health, and I'm just gonna choose my health overall, because I can always make my hair look beautiful, whether it's ombre or black. So yeah, that was my spiel. I am just being more cautious, wanting to be more healthy, and for me, my health does not include hair dye right now. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Make sure you like and share and subscribe and do all the things. I really hope that this video helped you. And if you are just now starting your lock journey, I have 2 years worth of content that you can binge that will help you on your lock journey. Thank you for watching, and I will see you in my next video.